What up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. I think this is the last episode, y'all, of Huntsville. Without further ado, I'm not going to hold you. Let's go in.
You're not working for Stormy anymore. You do know Junior fired, right?
I hope you appreciate it because you're no longer my sister.
Wait, this man don't know. Why y'all can't have a conversation?
Look at me. If I have to talk to her, you probably gonna be bailing both of us out of jail. So I love you to death, but when she was starting going left, you let her continue.
I can't stop Mama from.
Okay, well, I can't. I can stop her. I can stop her from saying anything about me and mine.
No,
and if I
no.
can't be a part of yours and Courtney and Chess life, I'm sorry.
Ma, could I have stopped you from saying anything?
No.
I can't. I feel like y'all need to really talk and not argue. It's gonna always be that.
No,
And as long as I'm living, and I pray I live a long time, I'm not gonna give up on the fact that I want to see y'all be who y'all were when we were growing up. Y'all gotta work y'all out.
Maybe, like with the whole Junior situation, I probably should have just left it alone because, after all, Junior and I, we're good, And I got to figure out now, what to do, as far as, my mom, because in this situation and everything's just getting worse. And
I love Stormy Lips. Oof. Oh, my goodness. I mean, she's not a bad-looking woman. Plus, she's very accomplished. Shout out to Stormy. But those lips. Yeah. Anyway, let's go in.
I don't want that.
Mom, please go talk to your sister.
Stormy, sometimes you have to.
If you don't do that for me, can you do that? Just go hug her.
How the I'm gonna hug somebody walking off?
Melody and I, we were going through things, with the kids and stuff like that. And Melody put the kids in therapy. And, the judge just saw it right for the father to receive therapy as well.
Hey,
How are you?
Martel, good.
How's it
good
going?
to see you.
Good to see you as well. In the beginning, I was a little hesitant. I guess I always thought that I got it, But going to therapy, it gives you an outlet to be able to open up and be vulnerable without being judged and know that I'm not being judged. I feel that is helping a lot.
Now, let me say this. I would agree. Listen, I'm an advocate, too, for mental health. Subject that doesn't get talked about. It's been a bit, stereotyped, especially in the Black community. It's mainly for people who don't understand, mainly for people who probably can't even afford to get this type of health care. But it's very important. It's very important, if nothing else, to release some of the things that are on your heart and your mind, so you have a way of getting it out, okay? And once you get it out, you can move on. You can sort of move on. Some things, obviously, you can't ever get over totally, but at least it gives you an outlet to, decharge, I guess you could say. Like, say, for instance, I don't know if everybody's aware of what grounding does. But grounding, if you ground yourself to the ground, it takes electrical charge and it puts it in the ground. So it kind of decharges it. That's how I kind of look at therapy. It's a grounding surface where you can go and plug in and decharge and let all that, electricity go to the ground, and you can stabilize and neutralize yourself. Life is hard, man. Life is hard, stressful, and especially in our community. We actually probably need it more than other communities, but we probably use it less than other communities. So I would encourage more people out there to get some therapy. Even if you don't think you need it, just go check it out and just see how you feel afterwards. I know somebody who was close to me who was so opposed to therapy, so opposed. They ended up going and they loved it. They wanted to go all the time after that. So always check on health, physical health, financial health, and mental health. Okay. Those are the three healths that everybody should be around the clock looking at. That being said, let's move on.
Thank you for seeing me today.
Absolutely.
Or tonight.
Yeah, I know. I typically don't work this late.
I know, so I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your holistic wellness and balance. So
I'm
again,
off balance right now, though. Yeah.
I'm so glad you admit that.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's tough at times.
Yeah.
You know, like tonight, the babysitter kind of canceled on me last minute. I'm trying to rip and run and things of that nature. It gets challenging.
When situations don't go as planned, I want to know more about how you function. I know you can kind of ride the waves, but...
Not tonight. You should have saw me. Yeah, no. Tonight, no. I got mad at my mama. I got mad at the babysitters. Yeah, because people are not doing what they say they're going to do. Supposed to be here at this time. You're not here. You know, some situations might get to me and I'm ready to somebody out, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my mama to death, but why don't gotta be an argument when I ask you to watch my children and I give you this and I give you that? And then when I'm hesitant on giving it to you, it's because of you not helping me out.
You said if you don't do what's expected, there's a little bit of tension on their side. And then if they don't do what you expect, there's so it seems like it could be an unhealthy relationship.
I would definitely say so, yeah. And a healthy relationship is equal. And it's almost like I know I gotta have your back and I know you're gonna have my back. And when it's one-sided, I mean, that's not cool. To be real, I know I've been selfish in the past and it cost me dearly.
Where's your dad?
He's in Huntsville, somewhere. I'm not sure, I haven't.
That was real though. You know, he said it cost him dearly. Guess he got some regrets about his whole divorce thing, huh? You know, I wonder if he would take Melanie back if she would have him back. I wonder if he would take it back. He clearly has some regrets. I'm wondering if he would say, yes, Melanie, let's get back together. Let's get our family back together. Let's, you know, I probably think he would, but you know, he's done so much water under the bridge. I don't think she's willing to trust him. Plus, she seems to be in a more healthy situation right now. And it's not like she didn't give him chances before. He kept messing that up. So I don't blame her for not going back, especially since she seemed to have given him many chances, but he couldn't act right. So I just find that funny. And then now he's saying, you know, he has some regrets. Why didn't you see this coming? You know what I mean, Martell? Why didn't you see this coming? Why didn't you? It's not like you didn't have any warnings or any, you know, chances with Mel. But that's just how people are. They, you know, they think of themselves. They kind of get into a selfish mode and they make stupid decisions. So I think a part of it is about dysfunction. with how they were raised, how they grew up. A lot of it has to do with that. He didn't grow up with his father. I think that's why the therapist is bringing up his father, because there was a lot of dysfunction with his growing up, and that dysfunction is kind of rolling downhill. He's taking it with him. Let's see what he say about his father.
I talked to him in over a year.
Something happened.
You know, he was incarcerated for like 20-something years. When he got out, we kind of connected. You know, I want to get us some time. You know, we really haven't had that.
No, we haven't had that in a while, man.
We haven't even talked about you being incarcerated. We ain't never talked about you not being a part of my life. We never talked about any of that. And that's been 20-something years. You know, he was coming around and things like that. And I guess as time progressed, he kind of like pulled away.
Do you feel like there's like a void with him not being there at this point in your life?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. I would never say I'm like this because my dad wasn't there. I feel it's like a cop-out when people say something like that.
Agreed.
It's crazy. My mom would sometimes say, son, you are who you are. But she said that because of my younger brother.
You're the oldest?
Yeah, I'm 5 years older than Montez, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a little bit on the bad side, but you know, he's a good dude. Me and my brother Montez, you know, we had the same mom, single parent, growing up, and you know, it was a struggle. It was tough for her, but she did the best she could. I take full responsibility for the person that I am. I don't fault my mom nor my dad for anything that I've gone through.
Is it time for you to reassess those relationships? The way that they knew you before, you're changing. Your homework is going to be to try to make your position in your relationships, even your most intimate relationships, conducive to your future and where you're going. Yeah.
We're gonna be doing some crafts.
Okay. I'm with it.
Hi.
That's good.
Hey, welcome to Wine and Design. Nice to meet you. My name is Anna.
Hi, Anna. I'm Kim.
And then
I'm Artiste.
Fantastic.
He's trying to get brownie points already.
I planned this date night for Jimmy, and we're gonna go do a little painting. And I invited Marcel and Tisha, and they all can get a chance to see how great of a painter I am.
The only thing you've painted in your life is walls.
I painted murals, not walls.
Stop playing.
This is a good date night, isn't it?
You did good so far.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I just gotta keep maintaining. All I have to do is win.
You win.
once we do these, you'll end up leaving them here.
Okay.
And then we seal them, since you bake them in the oven, believe it or not. And that sort of does the final curing process.
Got you. Nice.
Yep. I still wouldn't put them in the dishwasher. You'd still want to hand wash.
Well, that's your department.
What's my department?
Oh,
What's my department?
cleaning. You know, not.
Maurice, whatever. Monster need to see you washing a glass or two.
Why you say that about Monster?
Cause Monster don't do nothing.
If I'm not there, I want you to just tell them, hey, this is what I want you to do. And then make them do it.
I just don't like to be the heavy all the time.
I'm the heavy. Are you serious, Kimmy? Hey. What's up, T? What's up, Solo?
Hey.
Let me ask y'all, do y'all believe in gender roles? Put it in the comments. I'd love to see. Clearly, it looks like they got gender roles. You know, the cleaning and I'm assuming the cooking too is the Kimmy department. And, you know, Maurice, he has to get the other gender roles. But put it in the comments. Do y'all believe in gender roles? Is it better when a household runs with gender roles, or is it better when it's half and half? Well, I mean, you know, look, let me say this. Gender roles don't necessarily mean more or less. So let me clean that up. You still have duties and responsibilities on both ends. It's just that your duties are allocated to one person over the other. Doesn't mean one person do more and the other person do less. It just means they're allocated. Or Should everybody be a jack of all trades? The woman is a jack of all trade and the man is a jack of all trade. And that works out better. Put in the comments, which one do y'all prefer? Okay, let's go back in.
Hey,
Okay. We were starting without
hey, listen,
you.
right, exactly.
We were trying to wait.
With all the moving parts, with the building renovations and everything that me and Tisha got going on, tensions are getting a little high. So when Reese mentioned date night, I was like, yes, let's get on board, because this could be an easy way to kind of relax that.
Any interesting conversations y'all had? What y'all been talking about?
Punishing Monster.
Oh, what'd he do?
No, Kimmy doesn't feel at liberty to punish Monster.
That's not true.
You don't?
I'm ready to make my glass. I'm ready to make my glass.
Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I'm thankful too that you've been out for a while.
Elijah just got out probation for real, so just a little help from big brother.
I'm always down to help in any kind of way I can.
Teach me some things.
Why do you look like this?
Like what?
I'm saying, I'm looking at your face. It doesn't look like you're receptive.
Honestly, Mons, I don't want to just keep giving you my ideas that I think might help. I want to know some of yours.
We pretty much exhausted everything we can when it comes to, hey, why did this fall apart? Like, why did you stop doing this? Let's do this. Let's retrain. Like, we've done that.
The task get done, I'm cool, but if it ain't yet, you gotta go.
Time to just bring on new people.
Any interesting conversations y'all had? What y'all been talking about?
Kimmy doesn't feel at liberty to punish Monster.
That's not true.
You don't?
I'm ready to make my glass. I'm ready to make my glass.
Kimmy, can you hush and let Reese speak for you?
I'm saying his paraphrase is awful. It's just awful. The last time he didn't do what I told him was to rake the leaves.
Okay.
And he never did. He knew what the punishment was, but not one time did he say, bruh, get back outside and finish the leaves.
Reese, come on now, back her up a little bit.
None.
On breaking the
None.
news.
None.
I don't have a problem backing her up on
None.
anything. I'm saying that you actually don't need backup on this. At the end of the day, this is our son who lives under our roof. If you tell him to do the dishes at 2 o'clock in the morning, get up and do the dishes. You don't need me to come in and say, hey, she said do the dishes.
People like, and their kids, it's kids are touchy.
So
Kids are touchy.
You're saying that like he's not your kid too.
Wait, Maurice, please don't act like you don't get it.
I don't think there should be any type of hesitation or pause when it comes to raising Monster. I think you've earned and deserved that right to raise him without tiptoeing around Kyo's feelings.
I tiptoe around your feelings.
You should.
Right. She tiptoe around your feelings. Kimmy, I really rock with Kimmy. She's an excellent woman. Here's the thing though. I mean, the boy's named Monster for a reason. Okay. Now, let me say this. Gender roles also require the man to step in if the wife is uncomfortable. So if her role is to do some domestics and she need you to be the heavy with the kids, then you got to do your gender role, bruh. Kimmy is right. Look, you know what I'm talking about. You know that's my stepson and that's your bio son, and we know the rules are different, and you know he's gonna play try to play me, but he can't play you. So I'm gonna need you to do your gender role and get in here and handle this for me so I don't have to the point where I don't have to say nothing to him. I want you to put me in that position where I don't have to say nothing to him. He already know the deal that's going to happen with you if he crosses me or if he don't do what I tell him to do as your woman. That's what I need you to do as a man. And I don't think Maurice is getting that part of it. He's like, look, you've earned the right and this, that, and the third. And that's true. She has earned the right, but she's earned the right to tell him, but she ain't comfortable with the disciplinary part of it. That's your job. So she's saying you need to come in with the disciplinary. He knew what the consequences was, and he still didn't care because you're not carrying your gender role. Okay, so on this aspect, I'm gonna rock with Kimmy on this one. Let's go in.
Didn't.
Well, I do, because you're
I'm empowering you to not.
maternal parent.
I'm empowering you to not tiptoe around. As a matter of fact, you should never have to tiptoe around your home.
If you haven't already started pouring wine and drinks, I strongly encourage you to do so. Wine, when we craft, makes everything you do better and it loosens you up. We'll go ahead and just start it pouring.
Okay.
I'm giving it a little shimmy, a little twist.
I gotta be willing to take risks.
Oh yeah, that looks amazing.
I like it.
So do you punish Monster?
Yeah, that was where the conversation started because he said you need to clean your rooms, and he didn't. And so I said, you're gonna rake the leaves.
You telling him that I told Monster to rake the leaves?
Absolutely.
And what?
Absolutely. And he always says, why are you telling me? For a very, very long time, when we wanted to keep everything as smooth as possible, I was the one to acquiesce to whatever drama that was out there in the name of Monster.
Kimmy, I think that you and Kyle should be able to communicate, about Monster. You're his second mom. So y'all have to, come together and communicate properly.
I've been fostering that relationship for years. I think that she's moved forward, and I think that both of them can move forward.
So you think she moved forward and I'm standing still?
I'm saying that I don't believe that you've even checked to see if it's moved forward.
Is that really serious? How could you say that?
You don't believe that?
How can you say that?
Kimmy, do you think Maurice supports you in that?
No.
Okay, I'm just thinking
So
about.
how
I
can
just
he be
remember.
more supportive? How can he be more supportive?
I can tell you a suggestion. Maybe when you guys have a meeting with all the family and you have a business thing, maybe you can call and say, hey, I can't come to the business thing instead of leaving Kimmy there by herself.
Well, time is a ticking.
So you're just gonna leave me? Maurice leaves me to deal with Kyle and Zave while he runs off to a meeting. It's typical Maurice.
I wasn't late to the meeting. They had issues or whatever getting to the meeting.
That's fair.
But
What they had to do is more important.
Well, as a lawyer, you actually sometimes have to meet with your client.
The primary goal is taking care of Monster. That's the primary goal.
I would like all the parents on the same page if we're gonna raise Monster correctly. I'm just gonna schedule a family meeting. We wanna go over these issues that we have with Monster, and everybody else can get out any other issues that they have that's unresolved.
You keep making these little side shady comments like I'm the one at fault.
I'm not saying that you're at fault. I'm just saying that there's things that's unresolved.
Marcel's trying to start something.
All right, let me say this. When I was married, I implemented a rule in the house as the head of the household. We had family meetings. It was very, very Cosby-ish. We had family meetings. I told the kids, whatever you tell me during this meeting, you're not going to get punished for it. But you better tell me the truth. Okay? Whatever it is, you're not going to get punished for it, but you better tell me the truth. Okay? That was how I handled meetings when I had a young family. However, and understanding there should be also a meeting with the spouse, excluding the kids, because both the mother and the father, they need to be on the same page. Because if you are not, kids will play you against each other. Then next thing you know, you are beefing as a couple, and the kids are causing a divide. Just because you agree with your son or your daughter, you're at odds with your husband. or just because you agree with your daughter or your son, you at odds with your wife. No, y'all need to be on the same page. It is very vital and important. Before you go into any meeting, you need to pick up on the BS from the kids. You need to see when they starting to try to play you against each other. And you need to be one unit. What she say, I say. What I say, she say. We are one. Okay? We are a unit. You're not going to get over on one or the other. If your father said this, then that's what it is. Ain't no questions about it. If your mother said this, that's what it is. It ain't no questions about it. That's how you have to move as a unit. First, you have to establish an understanding within the couple. And then second, you have to understand and establish an understanding with the rest of the family and the kids. But when you move as a couple, you need to move as one. And you need to have that second meeting with the kids to get them buying into the same program so the whole family can move as one. And that can be a little tricky when you're dealing with stepkids, because, well, for obvious reasons, stepkids are going to always play the side of their bio parent, and they're going to always try to communicate or manipulate the other parent, or it could go the opposite way. The step kid can play the favorite with the step parent because they're more softer on them than their bio parent. The bio parent's probably hard on their bio kid, so they're gonna, try to play the step parent. My son tried to play me with my ex-wife, who was his stepmother. My stepdaughter tried to play me with my ex-wife, because I was her stepdad. So you got to watch out for that. Steps can kind of make it difficult, but you have to establish, and a lot of people don't do that. They don't really establish the unit as a couple, then the family, and they don't get that organized. You got to nip that in the bud, and the younger the better, because when they start getting older, you can't tell them nothing after that. So let's go back in.
Something in your household. We're not trying to do that.
I always do.
So thank you guys for inviting us here. This was really nice and fun. It was a good date night.
I cannot be stopped. Don't try to do it. Put that obstacle up. I'm running through it. Running and running and running it up. I can't stop, won't stop. I can't get enough. Woo, they gonna get food.
So after the session with Dominique, I decided to reevaluate some of the relationships in my life.
What up, boy? What's up, old school?
You doing all right?
I'm all right.
So I decided to reach out to my little brother to get our relationship back together. He was paroled about a year ago, and he recently got married. I was trying to really just see where his mind is for him to move forward and make sure he doesn't go back to jail ever again. What you been up to, man? No, you staying out the way, which is a good thing.
Well, Elijah just got out probation for real, so tired of the street for real, bro.
Yeah.
Get some little help from big bro.
I'm always down to help in any kind of way I can.
Teach me some things.
Yeah. I've always been that role model, that big brother. But what I always told him is, like, you have to want it for yourself. And, he hasn't always listened, but I'm thankful for right now that he is listening.
Been out there at FedEx.
How's that coming along?
It's all right. Started driving actually tomorrow.
It's like your real job in like forever.
What?
What you think the reason, 100% what the reason was for you not having a 9 to 5?
Streets. We ain't had nobody, no dad or nothing around just to make us push us,
Right.
Get a job, do this,
Man, I don't know how life would have been if our dad was in our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Might have been worse.
Yeah, you just never know.
Mama always worked, but we raised ourselves for real, came from the hood for real, so we all know what's the streets.
Yeah.
I find that interesting. These guys said they don't know how their lives would have been like if they had their fathers. It might have been worse. Really? That's kind of troubling to me. Now, taking the fathers that they got, I can kind of understand why they would say that. I mean, Martell's father was in jail for 20 years, and he said he'd probably be worse. I just find that interesting. Because would anybody ever say that about a mother? If our mother was in our life, would it be worse? And I don't recall ever anybody saying that about their mother. And I know a mother's love and everything and guidance is vital, but I think there are some situations where kids may say that about their mother if she's like a streetwalker, or she's on some kind of drugs or something. I can understand them probably saying that too. I think it has a lot to do with the lifestyle that the parents lead. But I just found that interesting that they both kind of agreed that maybe their life will be even worse if they had their father. So, that's a part that black men really need to clean up and be more active. And it's working. It is something that is not only, black fathers are being more proactive and statistically showing that they're the most active fathers out there. So, but you will lose some to the streets, man. You will lose some fathers to the streets, to the system, early graves, so let's go back in.
You're right.
You just managed to shake it, I couldn't.
I tell people, you never know who gonna come in your life and say whatever they gonna say to change your life. I was bad. I just got out of Delta alternative school, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as I went back to middle school, that recruiter came up there. If I ain't have all she said at that time, we'd have been continuing our together. Partner. Yeah. That's the way it is, yeah. The thing is, you still alive and you can change whenever you want to change it. It's up to you. You feel me? One of my things was, and really getting focused was, like me getting married. Even though I went through the and got divorced, but still, like in the beginning, that really had me more focused.
Yep.
Having that one woman and somebody to come home to, and somebody help, she's taking care of home and things like that, and dude, made things so much easier for me to focus on business and whatever I needed to do.
What you and Mary got going on? I ain't seen Madeline in so long. It's been some years. You think about getting in the studio?
What?
She made that diss song about you.
Oh, dude, shut up.
I think you're so uncool. I think you're so uncool. I think you look like a fool and all my friends be roasting you. Yeah.
Nah, dog. You just never know
What? She really made a diss song about him? Okay. Y'all know I haven't watched every episode. I missed that part. She didn't sound too bad either. Dang, she made a diss. Yeah, you need to, nah, you don't need to get in the studio. Don't diss Mel, man. You're gonna have to take that one on the chin, bruh. For real. Anyway, let's go back in.
What happened in life? You know what I'm saying? So for you, what is a marriage like? What does it mean to you right now?
It's kind of hard for real, because this is my first time in a real relationship.
My thing is always try to satisfy each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Satisfying your mate is it.
That's the goal.
I'm hoping that my little brother can learn from my mistakes. It's good to have a wife, someone to keep you focused and grounded in business and in life itself. Having a good wife can help you become a better man. You having a wife now, is that like gonna make you go hard at it or something like that, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get some type of motivation in me, man.
A lot of I told you back in the day, it's like, man, you're a businessman. It's like you're running your own operation, but just the wrong way. You could have flipped it around and ran you a real solid company. You feel me? Would you want to have your own business?
Yeah, of course.
That's why I really want to talk to you. It's an event it's a business expo.
Yeah.
You know, so Tisha and Marcel, they really hosting it. They brought like the 6 of us, like the comeback group together, and we talked about, bringing other businesses and potential business owners and stuff like that, and just coming like a little mixer.
Yeah.
You come there, you can learn a little bit, meet a few people in business and stuff like that. And you down to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. And just try to see what you can get out of it. Nobody can change it for you. It's up to you on when you want to change. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, it's time for you to really jump into everything good. Yeah. So I'm with you. Yep, I'm with you. You got something to wear though? You got dressed like business attire like that?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
You gotta explain this to me.
Us talking at you doesn't really matter so much. It's that you gotta have the same stuff on the inside. And you're running out of time.
It was like, if we show that we're cool, then y'all shouldn't be uncool because of what we got going on.
But we can't even build like that right now because my mama and her not in a good place.
Is Monster coming out here? I mean, is he gonna be out here too?
Yeah, I want everybody involved.
What's your goal for the invitation?
This is a solicitation for y'all buy-in.
Well, you could have bought me dinner to get a better buy-in.
Kai was in Huntsville because this is the meeting that we planned to all get on the same page, right?
He's the only one not on the page. But I'm here for it. I'm glad she was able to make it, and let's sit down and get at it. Your birthday's coming. What we gonna do?
Yeah,
What you want?
Like a gift?
Why don't you want to get your license yet?
I do, but I'd have to have my permit for 6 months.
Hey.
Mom?
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Kyle, come on in.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fine, how you doing? Oh, I said that. Fine, how are you? That's what you said. How you been?
Excellent. How are you? Pretty good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Get have a seat.
Okay.
All right, from what I remember, man, she was really pressed about him being with Kimmy. Again, that tells you how long ago I've been away from Huntsville. Is his baby mama was real pressed about him being with Kimmy. So they seem to be cordial now. I don't know what season or episode that changed. So that's new to me. I'll admit it. But she just walked in. Dude was like, okay, yeah, well, just come on in. I don't know if they was expecting her. It seemed like it was a bit of a surprise, but time to get into some monster issues here. Let's go.
How was your trip?
Stressful, but it's okay. I'm here, I'm safe, one piece, we're good.
You know, me inviting Kyle here is kind of so that we can all get on the same page. Has he told you about boot camp?
No.
We get up at 5 in the morning now. Get a better start on the day. He's been going along with it kind of well.
Okay, so you get up at 5, and what else?
Chores, that's top.
There's not very many things, to be perfectly honest. Laundry in that room, getting that trash to the curb. What's the agreement for laundry?
Every week.
Right. It's just got to be a priority in your world at some point.
Anyway, now that you've heard the boot camp idea. Do you have any disagreements with it or anything?
Not disagreements, but it sounds like it needs to be adjusted. Kimmy said that some of the things aren't being done, so maybe he needs something else to help him along with getting the chores done that he's supposed to do. That's on you, though. That's on you to do that part.
Why do you look like this?
Like what?
I'm saying, I'm looking at your face. It doesn't look like you're receptive.
What does that mean?
Okay, like you're receiving the conversation. It doesn't look like you're receptive. You are? That's your receptive face?
I mean, there's not really a face for that.
Yeah, it's kind of different. Yours is kind of like a rejection face. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying, oh man, this is a great suggestion. I'm gonna use that. No, it didn't seem like that.
Honestly, Monster, I don't want to just keep giving you my ideas that I think might help. I want to know some of yours.
I don't have any right now.
Why?
I haven't thought about it like that.
Now's a perfect time to start thinking.
I want to ask you about the grades. How are the grades going?
They're getting better.
Getting better. How could they get even better?
Giving it max effort now, so I don't really think.
I don't understand. You want to get good grades, but you're not doing the work.
Yeah, it's like I have a goal, it's just don't feel like at times.
That's the thing.
You gotta explain this to me. Okay, so can we go to dinner to discuss this? I wanna hear more from you about it.
All right.
Okay?
Us talking at you doesn't really matter so much. It's that you gotta have the same stuff on the inside. And you're running out of time. And speaking of running out of time, why don't you run on out of here and finish doing the stuff that you need to do? You probably got some homework, don't you? I'm glad that Kai was here so that we could have this meeting. And so that Monster can also see that we're all here on the same page.
Except
Yep. That's what I was talking about. Everybody, all the parents got to be on the same page. I have not seen this before. So it's funny that he mentioned that, and I mentioned that earlier. The parents got to have the same view. So it was good that he invited his mother. Let me say this. I have a theory on raising kids. When it comes to young girls, I think young girls are the best when it comes to raising kids. Young girls, they're the best. But when they get older, they become the worst. I think little boys are the worst when it comes to raising them. But when they get older into adulthood, they become the best. They kind of switch roles because with young girls, they listen when they're young, but when they get older, you can't tell them nothing. When the boys are young, they don't listen. Just like Monster. They just don't listen. They're horrible. This is why girls mature faster than boys. They just hard-headed. But when they get older, they start to get it. They start to get better. So, depending on the sex of the child, I'm gonna tell you, I don't mind raising young girls, but when they get old and they get adults, oh my goodness, it becomes difficult, especially in our community. And the boys, when they're young, up until they get out of the house, when they start learning life, when they get out of the house, then they start catching a clue of everything you've been telling them, and then they start listening. So that's kind of what I learned being a parent. Puberty hits boys a little different than it hit girls. When they hit puberty, they're in the clouds, man. They're just in the, they're, I'm not saying it's different for women. I don't know. I've never been a woman. So, but when it hits little boys, the young boy that you knew no longer exists. That's still your son, but that is an entirely different person. I promise you. When that little boy hits puberty, all of a sudden he want to test you. His testosterone goes through the roof. He try to poke his chest out. He gets deviant and gets slick and sly. Try to get loud with you. Just stop listening to what you're saying. I mean, genetically the same person, hormonally, I don't know this dude. Okay? I just don't know this dude. Me and him gonna have beef real quick. For real. That's how it was when I was raising my son under my roof. Like, it shouldn't be like this, man. Why I shouldn't be beefing with you. Okay? But it can really get there. It can really, I promise you, it can really get there with young boys. When they hit puberty, forget about the little boy you fell in love with. He gone. When they hit puberty, it is a different story. And you got to deal with somebody else. You got to deal with a different person. Let's go back in.
I don't think we're on the same page. I'd be real curious to hear what Kyra might have to say.
I think that was a healthy conversation. I just didn't want him to feel like we were ganging up on him.
It couldn't be that y'all was all ganging up on him. I was the only one that was out on the island. Y'all like, hey, how do you feel about this? What's your buy-in? And I get it, guys.
I don't think you were on the island. I think I said sufficiently that there were things that, little milestones we weren't meeting. You just like to say it longer.
I think that he needs to understand there's a sense of urgency that you need to have right now that he doesn't have.
Do you think that it's possible he could be dealing with some feelings of not being around his mom as much and don't know what to do with those feelings?
No.
It could be.
No.
Because you babied him a lot. And I'm asking him to grow up.
Coming up.
A young boy who's going through puberty, the last thing, and I'm gonna say this with all due respect, the last thing he needs is more mamaing, okay? More babying by mama. He needs his father more than any other time, I promise you. That is not the answer, mama. It's to baby this boy. Okay? He needs his father. This is what fathers were built for, these moments right here. Okay? It's a rite of passage. Okay? He's gonna have to, because he's gonna give you all kind of problems. Okay? And as a teenager, now I'm just being real and this is kind of personal, hit the like and the subscribe buttons. I would appreciate that. But me as a teenager, I realized around 14, 15, 16, around there, I realized I was stronger than my mother. Okay? I realized I was coming into my manhood. And I just realized I was stronger than my mother at that point. She tested me and tried to discipline me in ways that were no longer working. Okay? That is the worst time to be handed to mama, is around that age. You need to let him stay with his father and let his father get his head right. Testosterone is a hell of a drug. Okay? Y'all thought it was coke, but it's testosterone. Okay? It's a hell of a drug. it can make you do wild stuff. Wild stuff. This is why teenage boys fly off cliffs and with skateboards and bikes and stuff. The testosterone is through the roof, okay? And they need another man to harness that and control that for them, help them control that, or put them in check at least, so they can use it in positive ways instead of negative ways. But the last thing, no disrespect, but the last thing he needs is his mama to baby him. Okay, because what's going to happen is he's going to turn into a wild child, and a male who don't have emotional intelligence is going to go out into the world and do stupid stuff like, carry weapons and stuff and delete people, because he ain't got control of his own emotions and he ain't got nobody to check him. And this is what happens in the hood, and deletions all over the place. Everybody getting deleted because these boys been mommied and they feel like they the man of the house, so can't nobody tell them nothing. So anyway, let's go in.
On Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Do you feel like your dad spends enough time with you? Do you feel like there are feelings you may have that you are not sure how to express them? Or you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to?
Like every single time that we all come together, I would prefer that it would be the bonus parents as well. Why? Because we're all parenting.
Oh, I agree. Was that the last bonus parent meeting that you left?
You babied him a lot. And I'm asking him to grow up.
Most of the time, I did everything for him. I can be honest and say that. But it's not just really baby, and I nurtured him, not baby him.
Maurice seems to be rolling his eyes at Kiowa for baby and Monster, but his plan doesn't seem to be more effective either at this particular point. But there's gotta be a middle between a drill sergeant and him being baby.
I feel like you expect him to turn into a young man without all the proper tools. Kiowa said, I did everything for him. And when he came here, that's what he expected. Mm-hmm. And I said, no, sir, you're old enough to do laundry. He was like, I don't know how. I was like, that's okay. I'm gonna teach you how to do laundry. But I'm saying you don't learn that if you're not taught that. You don't just wake up one morning and you're this wholesome, responsible adult. It comes with seeing responsible adult parents. Maybe you should spend more time with them.
I think I do. I spend time with him picking him up. I spend time with him taking him to school. I spend time with him. No, guys.
Maurice, please don't let them be your first two examples of picking up and dropping off.
We have conversations for more than hours.
I hear what you're saying as far as sitting in traffic.
Who helps him with his homework?
Maurice, if you helped him every day, he wouldn't be behind now.
I don't help him every single day.
So let's not go there.
There's a limit to me helping him do everything. I don't believe that parents should be doing everything for a boy who's about to turn 16.
I'm saying a lot of the time Monster spends here is in his room by himself. Does it sound like I'm making any sense at all?
Yes.
No, you're discounting how much time I spend.
Babe, I think you're counting time that's kind of not time. Monster is like a really loving kid, like super loving. He likes the touches, the feels, the hugs. He likes that kind of thing. And so sometimes when he's not able to get it on a regular basis because his mom doesn't live here, then I would think that the next person he's gonna look to is you. I don't.
Wow. That's actually not the case. How do I know? Because I raised a son, just like Monster. I raised daughters. Okay? I know. Now, I was head coach of my son's football team. We did spend time together. We I did the whole pick up and everything, but not only did I pick him up, I coached his team. I was, so I was very active in my son's life. But oftentimes, if he's that touchy-feely type of young boy, only Kimmy can fill that position. And I'm being honest right now. It's not going to be Maurice. Here's the thing. I'm kind of seeing right now is that he needs mother attention. Even though that's the last thing he actually needs. That kind of sounds weird. He probably is missing his mother. Let's put it that way. But his bio mother is not there. Really, only person who can really kind of fill that void is his bio mother. But she can't be there all the time. It's similar to when fathers are not in the household all the time. Kids crave their father, but the fathers can't be there all the time. Okay, kids really crave their bio parents. However, if he has a good relationship with Kimmy, she can fill that void for him, but he has to feel like she is all in as a mother to him. And I don't think, from what I hear, from what I see, I don't think he views Kimmy as a mother. I think he views Kimmy as a stepmother or as his father's wife. She don't seem to be loving on him and filling that motherly void that he's missing from his bio mother. Now, some might just want that love from their bio parents, but sometimes a good step parent can fill that void. Okay, a good step parent who shows genuine love to that child can fill that void. So this is where I'm gonna have to ask Kimmy to kind of step it up, because if he is the type to, let's say even if you're on the same page as parents, the mother and the father, they're on the same page, maybe you can kind of fake like you're not. And let me explain. Say for instance, I don't like my son eating ice cream past 9 o'clock. Okay. But my wife, who is my son's stepmother, has my son, and it's 9 o'clock and they're at an ice cream place. She could probably say, you know what? Just to kind of get the bond. Okay, look, I'm gonna let you have only one scoop of ice cream. I know your father said you couldn't have none, but this is between us, and you need to keep it between us, just to kind of develop a bond. And that's just, I'm not saying to have the kids, try to get over, but at least make them feel like you're into them. You see what I'm saying? At least make them feel like you have a genuine love for them. Because I've actually watched my ex wife did that with my son, and even though my son craved his bio mother's love and stuff, my ex was still able to create a bond with him, and only because she kind of stepped it up as far as showing him that affection he was missing from his mother. So this is where I'm gonna have to have Kimmy kind of step it up a little bit, and I kind of rock with Maurice on this point, okay? Because he says, look, I take care of the boy. We do talk. We do spend time together. I help him with his homework. Yeah, they could probably, one thing they could probably do is maybe go fishing on every Saturday or something. Okay, let's go fishing. Let's do this, or do whatever they do. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what Monster is needing, but also Monster gotta start talking about something. You know, in teenage kids, they don't really know what's going on. They just know how they feel, but they can't verbalize it a lot of times. So they're gonna have to. He's gonna have to figure that part out. But I would have to say, I don't want to keep going on. I want y'all to watch this, but I would say that Kimmy probably should step it up a little bit. Let's go back in.
I don't know if he needs a drill sergeant in boot camp versus a dad spending time with him.
So, I do spend time with my son.
Driving to school and you fussing at him about what he did the night before isn't like time. I'm saying, like, have fun, spend time with your dad.
I can tell you one thing's for sure. I'm his #1 fan, and I'm always supportive.
What do you guys feel about like me being more present more often for him here?
I think that's helpful. Would it make you more present if you knew that, okay, maybe he's missing me a little bit more, maybe I'll do this?
I mean, seeing that he's dealing with some feelings, yeah.
Why would you say that?
Because his body language, the way he was acting. I mean, he's not saying stuff, but you can see the wheels are turning, so something is going on.
Do you think that he's just not saying this because I'm here?
I mean, it could be. We are very hard on him sometimes, so he may not feel comfortable saying certain things to you.
Got you. Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Now it's so bad.
But they gotta realize y'all ain't kids, you know what I'm saying? It got too bad. It should never got to that point.
And I be feel like I gotta choose a side, and it gets really weird.
Kiowa said that she wants to be more present, and then maybe you guys could working out you guys past or whatever.
I don't have past to work out. It's the past.
And
so we leave it in the past.
Yeah, I hear you. That means you're not over it.
Sure is hungry.
I'm hungry too. You think Chet's hungry?
He shouldn't be. I might order him something.
Or some food. I miss him. I didn't see him today. So, like, now that Junior is gone from the warehouse, you think we need to make any more changes? You think we did? I don't think we done.
You don't think we done?
Courtney, you and I together, we were moving 800 packages by ourselves. It's easy. Like, the packing is easy, but it's not easy when you got your warehouse manager not telling you when you need to, like, restock stuff. Inventory just, like, not even happening. Like, that gotta change. We pretty much exhausted everything we can when it comes to, hey, why did this fall apart? Like, why did you stop doing this? Let's do this. Let's retrain. Like, we've done that. And unfortunately, that means people in the warehouse have to change.
If the task get done, I'm cool. But if it ain't yet, you gotta go. I mean, regardless of if friend or employee, it's like, for business, I'm trying to treat everybody the same. Employees or family, friends, hey, y'all can get fired.
I think it's like time to just bring on new people.
After experiencing like what I went through with Junior and having to let him go, like, I don't want to do any more new family members. Like, it is what it is. If that works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But moving forward, that's not happening with Canvas, especially not Canvas 2.0.
I'm glad we made those hard decisions.
Was they hard, though?
I mean, you just fired your best friend. I just fired my cousin.
I don't think it's hard. It's just the right thing to do. So what you think about Junior, Betty, and Lisa?
I know.
Blow up.
I don't know. I didn't know what to think, to be honest. I did not want it to go there, but I feel like that what happens when they get together.
That happen every time.
I know. I just was hoping it wouldn't. That was the whole purpose of Junior and I getting together and talking to them together. It was like, if we show that we're cool, then y'all shouldn't be uncool because of what we got going on. It's just unfortunate because, you know, I'll be wanting to do stuff like take everybody on a trip. You know, I wanted to do that big family trip to Jamaica because I never had that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they got dead as soon as I brought it up. As soon as I was like, hey, I want to do a trip, like, everybody go. All on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. And as soon as I said that, it was like, nope. Mom was like, well, I ain't going. So it gets kind of hard to, like, do the things you want to do and, like, build a family that you want to build and the energy when the family feuding, literally.
I feel bad for her just because she got to go through it. Hopefully everything can go good. God, don't you start.
I'm not crying.
She want a close family. Yeah. I know that's the reason why she crying, you know what I mean? Just because she wants something so bad that it hurt. So, sorry. Sorry. No, they love each other. Because they wouldn't be around each other if they did.
But why they say they hate each other? Like, I hate her.
I think it's because you involved. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Because you involved.
How you
Mary tried to keep you all to herself.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, how you just gonna blame me for that?
Anytime Lisa want to do something with you, she get mad because she feel like Lisa always, she wants you to herself. She don't want nobody else to spend time with you or talk to you, none of that.
I grew up like an only child, right? And like my biggest thing I always wanted was a big family. And then I got all these aunts and uncles. And then like, when my mom and my aunt be mad at each other, like I grew up them being the closest. And so when they be mad at each other, like it makes me really sad because like I always wonder like if something happened to my mama or my daddy, like I was supposed to go to my aunt. But we can't even build like that right now because my mama and her not in a good place. Then me and my mama be getting into it because I be wanting to talk to my aunt. And then I be feeling like I gotta choose a side and it gets really weird.
Like my whole thing, I always try to just advocate for them to just move forward and like actually just try to hear each other or actually try to work on being better. And it's like at all costs, it never happens. I don't think they're gonna change, babe.
They gonna have to change. They gonna have to change. It's gonna be bad. Then they're gonna be regretting stuff. They're gonna regret all that stuff and want to be able to take it back, and ain't gonna be able to take it back then. But
I'm gonna keep trying. I ain't gonna give up on it.
you can try it. You sure can try it.
Yeah, it's that old sibling rivalry, and I think he's right. She don't want to share her with the world, with nobody else. It's complicated situation. I really like Stormy. I like to even see more of her story. I'm glad they are covering it, but you know, it almost seemed like you can never have it all, right? Especially in the Black community. It's like you got the money, then your family is messed up. You got the family and your money is messed up. It's like it's always something, man. I'd be glad when that changes. Anyway, let's go back in.
What's up, baby?
Hey,
Got you a little drink.
aren't you special?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Kai was saying that Monster has some feelings. What do you think about, what do you think he's feeling?
I could stand to reason that him moving away from his mom would give him some emotions of sort.
Mm-hmm.
That may be a family therapy session y'all could go to, and
we can go
y'all
to.
could go to.
We can go to.
And determine if maybe that is part of the case. Monster gets so stoic and doesn't talk a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if some things he's harboring that may be emotional for him. I feel like he does have a lot of body language too, but I think a lot of that for me is he kind of gets tired of hearing you talk. You talk a long time.
I want to hear your take on our conversation from earlier. Do you feel like your dad spends enough time with you? Do you feel like there are feelings you may have that you are not sure how to express them? Or you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to?
I mean, I do have people to talk to. It's just I don't want to.
Well, that's not healthy. You have to let things out and express things. Otherwise, it could have a negative effect on you.
I mean, I do at times, but it's like not towards anyone. I'll talk to myself. Like, however I feel in the situation. I'll just realize what's going on and then move on.
I don't like to hear that. You have to have a solid person to talk to so that you come up with a resolution, how to, have healthy thoughts and healthy feelings. So how you feel about me coming around more, being more active?
Wouldn't mind that.
How often would you like?
As much as you can fit in your schedule.
Okay, that's fair.
I think there's a different type of emotional energy in a mother-son relationship.
Maybe we should go to family therapy and without you, right?
Why are you emphasizing that? Why are you
No, I'm just saying,
that?
because you said that we should. And I'm sitting there thinking like, you must not be a parent.
I must not be a parent. I'm not the one who carried him.
As far as parents, we should all probably go, but you're saying
I'm
that.
not saying that the family in general couldn't use that. I'm saying I don't
Who's the
want...
family is what I'm trying to say.
I'm
now.
saying for all 5 of us to show up might feel a little overwhelming to Monster. For him to find somebody that he can talk to and trust without feeling encumbered by having all of us staring down his throat for the right answer. I'm completely not adverse to joining in the group therapy session, with everybody. However, I am of the belief that a child may open up a little bit better with just his 2 parents there.
My whole idea, this is more so toward inclusion. Like every single time that we all come together, I would prefer that it would be the bonus parents as well. Why? Because we're all parenting.
Oh,
Monster.
I agree. I was at the last bonus parent meeting that you left.
I wasn't late to that meeting. I was actually early.
I understand.
And it was a very pressing matter.
I understand.
And I let them know
saying
that
I've been
before
at
the
every
meeting.
And I'll continue to be at
So
every
don't
single
make it
one.
seem as if I just darted out. No, I had another meeting.
I didn't say a reason.
Maybe you guys could have more meetings together.
Meeting for what?
Kiowa said that she wants to be more present. And then maybe you guys could work through all of that stuff that y'all had historically.
Let me say this. Again, I've been through all this: family, kids, therapy, father spending time, mother not there, need to spend my... I've been through all of this stuff. I kid you not. So here's my thing. First of all, let me say this. I'm getting a feeling that Kimmy doesn't want to be that involved. I think she feel like she probably raised her child that she has, and I think that I like Kimmy. I think she's a dope spouse. I mean, if I could choose a woman with her personality, I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat, and I would marry that woman. I love how she moves, but I think she's over the whole parenting thing, and I think that I'm just feeling like that, and I think that she doesn't want to necessarily be a part of this, if that makes any sense. I just feel like she's probably feel like she's at a point in her life where she don't want to have to deal with kids. I mean, I don't remember how many kids she has. I think she has a son to herself, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I forget some of the history of these people. So correct me if I'm wrong. How many kids do Kimmy have? Put it in the comments. I remember her having one son. I don't know if she has more than that. But I think her son was older than Monster. And I think she's probably in a stage of her life where obviously that she's part of, Maurice's life. So she's there, and she want to play a supporting role, but I'm not getting from her that she wants to be this. What I think is she don't want to be the parent that's raising Monster. Okay, this is y'all kid. Go to therapy together. I'm not the one who pushed him out. Okay, that's y'all. This is y'all deal. Y'all deal with this. Okay. Yes, he's going through some things. Maybe he just wants his bio parents. Maybe he wants his bio parents back together. I don't know. But y'all deal with this. I know I signed up for this, but y'all got to play more active roles. I shouldn't be the one, guiding this, mental health for y'all son. So that's just the feeling I'm getting. However, as a step parent, I do feel like you do need to play an active role in the stepchild's life. So I kind of rock with Maurice on this point. We should all go to therapy. Now, that don't mean we should all finish therapy together, but we should all go there together. First 5 or 10 sessions, we all 4 of us there, all 3 parents and Monster. After that, if he gets comfortable and he wants to, just go one-on-one or whatever, then we'll go that route. Then you can bow out. But he needs to see that we all care. He needs to see that we're all active. But after that, I'm not saying we should finish therapy together, but we should start therapy together. That's kind of how I would move if I was in this situation. Kind of how I moved when I was in this situation. And it actually worked out because the child that was involved in my family, they loved therapy after that. They loved it. And they loved it more when a couple of the parents bowed out. Okay. And they could just talk to the therapist. So all that being said, I just think that Kimmy has a different frame of mind right now. And I honestly, I don't really think she wants to deal with this, but I think she should show up for the first, it could be first 2, first 5, and let Monster notice. I'm gonna be there for the first 5 sessions of therapy. If you still need me, I'll still come. But if you prefer to be alone, knock yourself out. Okay? But he needs to see that he's important enough for you to show up. Anyway, let's go in.
Historically, working out you guys passed or whatever.
I don't have past to work out.
Just even if let's just discuss it, get it off the table.
No
maybe.
reason to.
And
it's the past.
And
so we leave it in the past.
Yeah, I hear you. That means you're not over it.
That means I'm not. Listen, what exactly do you think I'm gonna be over? I'm curious.
Listen.
What exactly? It's a direct. I don't want a whole bunch of extra stuff.
Hey, listen,
what exactly
look
do
at
you
this
think?
tone.
I want to know.
Wow.
Answer the question for real.
Next on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
We're raising a king. And we have to be on the same team in order to do that.
Good. I'm gonna set a meeting for you and Kyle later.
The whole Mobile trip.
Tonight, our inaugural Grand Marshal, Letitia Moore Scott, we're giving you the key to the city.
If I would have had transportation, I would have been there.
It's just another excuse.
In the judge's ruling, she tried to say it's clear that the father has the best interest of the children at heart, but the court can't say the same for the mother.
You supposed to be sticking it to him, Mama. Well, and like when you got up there and you didn't say much, that disappointed me to the core.
And there you have it from Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Alabama. Okay. Interesting episode. I don't know if this is the last episode. I think it's a couple more to go. I don't know. Interesting thing, especially dealing with Monster. Stormy's still dealing with issues with her family. Martell, Melanie, just family issues. Everybody got family issues. The Scotts probably feel like they don't have family issues, but they probably got family issues too, but they're the least transparent, I believe. All that being said, put in the comments, what do y'all think about this episode? What do you think of the stuff I had to say? I was a bit long-winded in this episode. My apologies. I don't want to, I don't like to talk too much. I like to let y'all just watch it, especially if I'm coming in mid-season. But let me know what y'all think. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. All right, I would appreciate that. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.